East Alabama Mushrooms, eamushrooms.com. We're cooking some blue oysters, some dehydrated blue oysters. You're like, man, how you gonna make that look good? Watch this, man. All you do is put those in the water for 20 minutes. See, those have been sitting in the water for 20 minutes. I just put a little lid on there, submerge it, and now it's time to pull it out. So we're gonna take all these mushrooms out and we're going to squeeze all the water out of them. We want to get as much water out of them as possible. Okay, so we squeeze it, get as much out, and actually this mushroom juice, for lack of a better word, can be used as a broth or you know what, guess what? Go to eamushrooms.com. We have an ebook and it explains how to cook dried mushrooms, how to cook fresh mushrooms, recipes, all of the above, and it talks about this, how to use this broth. So basically, we are taking out these mushrooms, and one thing I need you to understand, this is the most important part with dried mushrooms and really fresh mushrooms. If the stem is rubbery or hard, usually on dehydrated dried mushrooms, the stem will be hard because it's been kind of cooked, for lack of a better word. It's been dehydrated at 100 and some degrees. So if it's hard, it needs to be cut off. So that's what I'm doing now. Anything hard or rubbery, we get rid of. And you're probably like, oh man, well that's a lot of waste. Why am I paying for that? Well, first of all, I agree. There is some waste. But what we can do with this waste, and I will make this video in the next 30 days, is what I do with all those scraps I'm putting in that white bowl. I put them in a food processor with pecans, with a little bit of oatmeal, with some garlic, blend it all up, and then I have like a mushroom taco meat or mushroom sloppy Joe sandwich. It's very versatile. So yeah, there's really no waste if you really want to stretch it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? But we just don't want to have all those hard stems or anything that would be undesirable texture when we chewing on our pasta. So that's why we cut all the stems out and get just the nice fluffy parts of the mushroom. That's all we really want to be cooking with at this point. All right, so we just chopping it up, getting it separated. And yeah, please subscribe to EA Mushrooms, this YouTube, because yeah, I'm gonna come out with a video real soon explaining how to make the mushroom taco meat out of the scraps. And not only can you make this out the scraps of the mushrooms, you can make it out the good part of, you can make it out any part of the mushrooms. I just wanted to have a way to where nothing goes to waste. So that's some East Alabama seasoning. Don't let the bottle fool you. That's the garlic season. That's available on eamushrooms.com too. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if you know. I don't. I'm plant-based, so I'm going to be making some plant-based pesto. That's fresh basil from my garden, EA mushrooms, garlic seasoning, a little bit of pine nuts, a little bit of chickpea. I forgot to put some lemon in there, but it still was great. And some olive oil. And then I put a little bit of the chickpea water in there and some nutritional yeast. So that's how we make the fresh. I mean, it's hard to explain the difference between store-bought basil and fresh. Excuse me, store-bought pesto and fresh pesto. So that's what we whipping up right here. Nothing too major, man. You know, I'm a simple guy, so I don't like. I watch some of these guys' videos, man, and this probably takes them an hour to eat, man. I ain't got that type of. I'm working on my patience, okay? Because I'm trying to eat like within 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Put the mushrooms in the water. Blend everything up. You can see him sitting back there in the water with the lid on there. Blend everything up and let's get this thing going. And I forgot, I also put some scotch bonnet peppers in there. Made it a little spicy. So here we go. We got the pan. We got the heat up. You see how it's spitting up a little bit. So we throwing the mushrooms. We got some peppers in there. We got some green onions. We're adding some more EA mushroom garlic seasoning, and we're gonna whip that up. Garlic, onion, pepper, and we just gonna let that. We just gonna cook that like any other regular thing, man. That's it, man. It's not nothing. See, cooking dried mushrooms is really there's really no big difference between the fresh mushrooms and dried mushrooms in the in cooking it versus you just have to rehydrate the dry mushrooms. That's pretty much it. Other than that, the process is pretty much the same. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna be honest, I enjoy the texture of dehydrated dry mushrooms better than fresh mushrooms. That's just me. Went to a restaurant the other day, high end restaurant here in Montgomery. I don't live in Montgomery, but here in Alabama, close to where I'm at, and it was food was great. Food was on point. I just did not like the texture of the mushroom. So, but to each his own. So we dumping that off in there with our pasta. We got the pasta. We got the fresh pesto, and we just gonna basically stir it all up, man. So this is a simple meal, man. So this is a simple meal you can make when you come home, you get off work. You got to go to eamushrooms.com, subscribe to our emailing list, get on the monthly mushroom box. We'll send you out some mushrooms. You come home, you get off work, you make this, you whip it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing good, man. You can add whatever else you want to up in this thing too. So we adding a little bit more pesto, and yeah, man, we living good, man. We living good. Oh, you gotta add a little more East Alabama seasoning. We kind of losing it with the seasoning, but we know we gotta make sure the spice is right, my friend. You know what I'm saying? You remember the Spice Girl? Maybe I'm a spice boy, partner. Put a little bit of nutritional yeast up in that thing, and we gonna call it quits, man. How does that look? How does that look? You tell me how that looks. That's a pesto, fresh pesto with blue oyster mushrooms. Peace.